Do you travel with a kid who struggles with sensory stuff? We just got back from a trip to the beach. I was putting away our beach stuff when I had an idea. I'd share some of the things that we do. So there are factors that you can control, and then there are factors that you really can't. One of the things that upsets her more than anything else is hearing kids crying. Can't do anything about that. We can try to keep our distance from them, try to avoid places they'll be, go to dinner later at night when they're less likely to be out. That's not something we can really control. So we focus on the things that we can control. I can do another video about some of those other factors and how we handle them, but for this video, I'd like to focus on more of the concrete factors that we can control. Let's start with swimsuits. A zipper. She doesn't care for that. We did find a two-piece rash guard set. It just goes over her head. There is no zipper. She prefers that. We also go up a size in the top. We use bottoms from a smaller swimsuit along with the larger size top. She does better if clothes are a little on the loose side. Get the long sleeve rash guard ones because that is less sunscreen that she needs and a much lower probability of her getting sunburned. A swimsuit like this, we'll use that for indoors, or if we do like a night swim, we don't get her out in the sun without full coverage because a sensory kid with a sunburn is way worse than anyone else having a sunburn. While we're talking about sunscreen, we have the cream that you rub on, and we have the spray kind. We do the cream on our faces, the spray on the rest of us. It does help if we do less touching. While we're talking about touching, she wears water shoes. Sometimes it's rocky, broken bits of shells everywhere, and it's really pokey on her feet. We wear water shoes if we need them. Zoe always has water shoes. She is really sensitive to anything pokey on her feet. Sometimes the sand is hot, sometimes the sand is pokey, sometimes the shells are pokey. She also has cerebral palsy, and so her walking isn't even. She wears water shoes, and she's less likely to scuff up her toes because her toes being scuffed up is pretty detrimental to her vacation. It's pretty detrimental to her entire existence. So water shoes. Something else we can't control is the temperature of the water. We have gone to the beach when it should have been hot. A cold snap came through, it felt chilly to get in and out of the water. And so we have a solution for that. She has a wetsuit. Got it from Amazon. It has saved us so many times because if she doesn't want to get into the water, that means someone else has to stay out with her. And she likes to swim too. And that makes it so she doesn't have to sit on the sidelines, and neither do any of the rest of us. So she wears a wetsuit if the water is too cold for her. She's small. She has very little body fat, and so she's really sensitive to the cold. If we are at all worried about her getting too cold, or if she is saying the water is too cold, this will keep her warm. Something else that we discovered on this trip, she was refusing to get into the water. The last couple of trips, she did swim some, but she didn't really want to most of the time. She didn't want to be in there very long. Leading up to the trip, we talk about not wanting to swim. She's not going to get in the water, that it doesn't work for her. My husband figured out why. It was her floaty. Zoe was wearing this life vest in the water at all times when she's with us in the ocean. So she was also wearing this in the swimming pool with us. And what we realized is it tries to help you swim. And so it's trying to tilt her forward. She didn't like that. That is the whole reason she's been fighting us for the last 2 or 3 vacations on getting in the water. So we had to upgrade her floaty because of weight. You have to, increase size periodically for safety. She didn't like how that one did in the pool. That's been the whole problem. So we found these floaties, and these keep her upright in the pool. One last thing. Sometimes she likes to sit on the shore, but she doesn't like sitting in the sand. I found this randomly at TJ Maxx. This isn't really a chair. It's got a thing to lean against, and then it's just a pad so that you can sit on it and not sit in the sand. I also feel inclined to mention we don't fly. Multiple reasons for that. That enables us to bring all this stuff without having to worry about luggage weights and carry-ons and all of that. I just met my step goal. We also don't have to deal with the sensory issues that come with that. I hope this is helpful. If you have anything you'd like specific ideas for, let me know.